How y'all doing? It is Wednesday, June 25th. 10:25 p.m. as of recording this video. I just got back in my room from singing Joey to sleep, and had to sit down for a little bit with the ice pack on my lump. So I figured I would try to bang out a video. I apologize for not getting one up sooner. I've tried a couple of times and been interrupted by this or that. And I'm really pissed off because Joey and I did a video together Saturday. It was cute. It was a good video. And it wouldn't upload. We might try to recreate it. Not this coming Saturday, because he won't be here. He'll be with his mom. But maybe the following Saturday. We were sitting in my truck at the end of the driveway, just talking amongst ourselves, waiting to ambush the ice cream truck, and we did catch him. Joey got a Sonic the Hedgehog ice cream bar, which I guess he just liked the way it looked, because he's not a Sonic fan. He likes Mario. When I was a kid, I was more into Sonic because we had a Sega Genesis and Sonic was Sega. Never forget that first one. It blew me and my brother's minds. My folks bought it brand new at Pick and Save in Palatka. I miss Pick and Save. Lord, I miss Pick and Save. I miss Kmart. I miss Sears. Times are changing, and not for the better for some of us. Some of us are ecstatic about changes that are happening in our world, but there are those of us that don't dig it. I honestly could say that I would quite happily, especially once Joey was grown, take a time machine back to 1980 and just live and be in the 80s. I was born in 83, so I got to experience the 80s up to 7. Yeah. Up to 7, and I miss it. I do. I'm very nostalgic for the 80s. I'd very much like to experience the 50s too. The birth of speed in America. The birth of rock and roll. That would be cool. Anyway. Yeah, we didn't get to post that video. I tried and it kept failing. Hopefully this one will post. Everything that's going on, I'm probably going to take a a couple of videos, especially with me rambling and all the uhs and uhs and that I do. Let's see, there I do it again. I'm only going to post this one tonight. I might try to do another one tomorrow night. I'll have Joey tomorrow night, and Friday, and she's going to come pick him up Friday night after she gets off work. So that will be good, but it does limit my time to talk about serious stuff, because I don't like talking about that a lot. I won't talk about a lot of it in front of him, and there's some of it that's not really stuff that he shouldn't be hearing. It's just stuff that I don't want him to hear, relating to the cancer and whatnot. I don't want him to hear about that. I don't want him to get the idea that it may be coming back, and there are difficulties with that now. But starting with this last Monday, I had injections on my eyes, and that went well. I did not find out until after I was done with the doctor. The front desk girl told me that we had to schedule my appointments 3 weeks apart. My insurance company is trying to hem and haw me. They're trying to, make deals. And they basically said, we'll go ahead and pay for it every 3 weeks, but we're not going to pay for shit every 2 weeks. We're not doing that. We're not going to do every 4 weeks. We'll do it every 3 weeks, but every 2 weeks isn't going to happen anymore. I'm sure they didn't say it quite that way, but that's what they said. I got to call United Healthcare and see if there's anything that I can do to say, look, I need this, but I don't know if there's anything I'll be able to do, because they hate when you use your insurance. They're quite happy for you to pay whatever premiums you pay. I have to pay for my Part B. But they damn sure don't want to pay it out, especially not the way I'm using it. I'm using it all the time. So now I can do it every 3 weeks, but not every 4 weeks, but not every 2 weeks like I want. It's going to take longer. When I go back, I think July 16th, I'm going to talk to the doctor and ask him how much longer he thinks this is going to take. I want to complete it. I want to get my eyes as good as he can possibly get them before I get my glasses, so that my eyesight is as best as it can possibly be, because I need to be able to function completely here in the house. I need to be able to function out in the world. I need to be able to drive day and night. So I've got to get my vision as good as it can possibly be. So I'm going to see this through, but I just need to see if he can give me a number, something to hold on to look forward to. Because, this is killing me and my folks, them having to come out here multiple times a week. It's a 25, 30 mile drive, give or take, just to get to my house. I don't remember the exact mileage offhand, but 25, 30 miles. Then they got to take me around town, and doing that several times a week is really hard on the gas. But the ride benefits that I qualify for, just like my health insurance, aren't worth shit. And I tried to use them a couple of times, and it has failed spectacularly. And because I'm getting better and doing better, I'm having to take on more responsibilities with Joey. take him more places, and I've got to be able to drive. I've got to get my eyes square. I got to get past this consistent copay with my eyes, every time I go. Got a hell of a copay. I need to put that behind me. Speaking of copays, I went this last Tuesday, for my more in-depth PET scan with contrast. I think that's the one. Different from the one that I did last time and more detailed. And I was expecting, a copay of like $130. I think that's what it was last time. I had it, I had a little over $200 left over from the money that I had saved to hire the mortgage defense attorney, should it have gone that route. Fortunately, it has not, but I was using that money, for copays and gas, and had to go into it to buy the brake caliper and the tools that I needed to replace the brake caliper in the parking lot, because we didn't have anything that I needed in the Jeep. I've got to set my folks up with a general tool kit that they can keep with them. So it had whittled down a lot over the last couple of weeks, having to go up to Jacksonville with Joey's surgery and shit, everything going on. Just it whittled down, but I thought I had the copay. I did not. I went Tuesday and checked in, and she said I had a copay that I was responsible for $330 some dollars. And I was like, "Are you serious?" She said, "Yeah, $300. Didn't have it. Not going to have it. That leads into the mortgage. So I had to cancel the appointment. They have they called today to reschedule, and I told them, I said, I can't do it, and I don't know when I'm going to be able to do it, so I guess just don't schedule anything right now. I've got an appointment with the oncologist on my birthday, and that's the 30th. No, I don't use my birthday for any passwords or passcodes or anything like that, so if anybody's watching that is looking for stuff like that, please don't. You're not going to get anywhere. So excuse me, I am beat. I'm debating as to whether or not just to cancel the appointment with the oncologist. I'm kind of thinking I probably still should go and explain to him, I just can't afford it. So I guess we'll reconvene, when something shakes loose. Because of that, I do have to, continue to plug GoFundMe. I was about to say OnlyFans. Probably because I was listening to a video earlier about the cultural rot that OnlyFans has helped to propagate. I do not have an OnlyFans. I am not cute enough for OnlyFans. And that would ordinarily go against my moral and ethical code. But, you know, when there's that old saying, um, those things become less and less of a code and more or less, you know, just guidelines when things get tight, you know, like Pirates of the Caribbean. The code is more or less guidelines. No, I would not do something like that, but I would think about it awfully hard. And it seems like there's not much, from what I've heard, there's not much venue for guys on something like that unless they're doing things that I absolutely would not do. No, not OnlyFans, GoFundMe. I do not have an OnlyFans. I would not have an OnlyFans. I have a GoFundMe. Going to need to continue to push on that. Continue to try to expand the channel, get more viewers, get more donors. I saw again today, I think it was today, that I had a new subscriber. I think I had a new one last weekend too. Thank you all so very much. And I had someone that has been with me, I think pretty much since the beginning on here, and has donated many times, and has helped me out unbelievably. And a little while back, she made a comment saying that she was not able to, that her situation had changed, and she would no longer be able to do that, and she was very apologetic. And I don't want anybody to, you know, think that they need to try to do something like that, you know, more than one donation. If you can make a donation and you want to, that is great. Thank you so much. Please don't think you need to keep doing it. I'm not going to live off GoFundMe, and I'm not counting on GoFundMe to be there for everything. I'm hopeful that it, you know, comes through when I really need it. But I'm not trying to live on GoFundMe like, you know, like some people that I see on there. So please don't feel bad if, you know, you can't make a donation, or you have made one or two and, you know, you want to make more but you just can't. Please do not feel bad. I know, you know, just as good, you know, as any American can know that's not living on the street, how hard it is to get by, especially nowadays. I routinely scrape by on the skin of my teeth, and sometimes, you know, a lot of times it's been just barely. My parents too. I know how hard it is, and I'm not expecting a donation. I'm hoping for donations, you know, and when they come through, great. But I'm not trying to, you know, I'm not hedging all my bets on GoFundMe. So if you can't donate, please don't stress about it. Don't worry about it, you know. If all you can do is share my videos, you know, hit the thumbs up button, maybe subscribe. I don't like, you know, asking people to like and subscribe. That just seems shallow to me, but maybe I need to start doing that. Maybe I'll get more likes and subscribers, because the more, you know, likes I get, the more subscribers I get, the higher my channel climbs in the algorithm. And you don't have to hit, you know, the thumbs up. If you dislike my video, anything I've got to say, feel free to hit the thumbs down button. You know, that still helps. You know, that's all it has to be. If you can help and want to, that's great. But Please don't think I'm expecting it. And you know, if you've made donations in the past and suddenly you get to a point where you can't, you know, please don't feel bad about it. I feel bad every time someone makes a donation. It makes me feel, you know, it makes me feel useless. It makes me feel worthless because I can't do this on my own, and I feel like I should be able to. But you know, that's just me. I'm a hard-headed Polish Jew. Excuse me. And I'm a old-fashioned Southern country boy at that. I don't believe in and I don't like having other people do for me, especially in things I should be able to do for myself. And it irks me when I have to get on here and basically beg. You know, I don't come out and just beg, but that's what I'm doing. I'm begging for financial help because no other avenue that I've tried has been helpful thus far. I've not found success with anything else. So please, if you can donate, that's great. But if you cannot, don't stress over it. Don't worry about it. It's okay. But the fact of the matter is I can't go and throw $300 down on a copay anymore. I won't be able to do that going forward. I have I've gotten things worked out with Rocket Mortgage, and it's a good deal for now. I'm running out of time, so I'm not going to explain it tonight. I'll try to explain it tomorrow night. It gives me time. There is a very large forbearance, but it will not come to fruition until the end of the loan. Basically, until I pay off the mortgage. When I make that last mortgage payment, there will then also be this very large, incredibly large forbearance due. I'm hoping that I'll be able to make things happen. And when the time comes, if I'm still, you know, on this side of the veil, I'll be able to do that. But like I said, this deal secures me here and it gives me time. But it does not give me the ability to go and throw $300 on a scan. I still have to pay my utilities. I still have to buy groceries. I still have to, you know, put gas in the vehicle. I still have to, you know, do all the things that you have to do when you own a house and an older vehicle. You know, my folks' Jeep is a 92. My truck is an 81, and my Jeep is an 87. And I vastly prefer, you know, those vehicles. I can work on those vehicles. This new shit, I don't know what to do with it. And vehicles today, I don't care what anybody says about these modern vehicles, these modern engines. They are not designed to last. You are not getting, you know, 3, 4, 500,000 miles out of a modern engine. Some of them go in the high twos, maybe into the threes, but very rarely, and usually not without, you know, spending some serious money. My 81 F-250 is got over 500,000 miles on it. My folks' Jeep has over 300,000 miles on it. You're not going to get that with modern vehicles. They're not built to last like that anymore. The one drawback, though, about, driving older vehicles like that is you've got old parts and they eventually fail. But if it's something old enough that I can work on and do myself, that's much cheaper than going to a shop. Anyway, I've come to my time limit, so I'm going to jump off here. That's the status of things. House is secure. Eyes are taking longer than I want. Don't know and can't know about the cancer right now. Just see how things shake up. I hope you all had a great weekend and are having a good week. Again, my GoFundMe link will be in the description. And I'll jump back on here. Talk to you all tomorrow night. Good night.